Former inmates could live with fewer restrictions if a bill is passed.
State Representative Carol Ammons put together a bill that would eliminate the use of ankle monitors for those who've finished their prison sentence. WCIA 3's Miranda Meister is live in our newsroom. Miranda, there are people who support using these.
Well, law enforcement has been using the device since the 80s to keep track of those accused and convicted of crimes. One survey says the number of people being monitored rose nearly 140% over the last 10 years. I spoke with a man who wore a device for a year after getting out of prison, and he says it makes it difficult for those like him to rejoin society.
It's an extension of prison. It's a form of incarceration.
James Kilgore knows firsthand how it feels to wear an ankle monitor after being in prison. But he says he was one of the lucky ones.
I was more fortunate than most people because I had a family to go to and a house to live in.
Kilgore didn't have as much to worry about when it came to getting back into the groove of life on the outside. But it's not always like that for others.
I work in a reentry program here, and I'm constantly faced with people coming in who have an ankle monitor on, who can't get movement from their parole agent to go to job interviews, to attend medical appointments, to participate in family activities.
Part of the punishment for committing a serious offense is a prison term.
Criminal defense attorney Tom Bruno says people who break the law have a price to pay.
You know, I believe that when a person commits a serious crime, there are lifelong consequences for that.
But he also believes ankle monitors extend that punishment in some cases.
However, electronic ankle bracelets can be abused, and they maybe are not necessary in all cases.
As does Kilgore. He says former inmates already have a hard time when they come home. This just adds to it.
There's hundreds of obstacles for people who have felony convictions, and the electronic monitoring is probably the most significant hindrance to them.
Kilgore is working to fix the system because it wasn't that way for him.
My entire experience of incarceration is what drives me to push for reversing this system of mass incarceration.
The bill doesn't apply to people who are already required by law to wear them. For example, someone who has gone to prison for domestic violence. In the newsroom, Miranda Meister, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Miranda, thank you so much. Now, this isn't the first time we've talked about ankle monitors. Just last year, 2 men wanted for gang ties slipped off theirs. One of them was on the run for a week. Shamario Brown and Eric Kirk were eventually arrested.